Spoiler-free Wheel of Time podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Lauren.
That's Lauren. So this, I've read it twice. This is my third time going through, and this is her first time. She has no idea what's going on. So the point of this is to have us go through the Wheel of Time and talk about the adaptation that's going to happen in a year or so. And we're going to try to figure out what could be kept in and what cannot be kept in, while also allowing new readers to have a way of access for the Wheel of Time. So, what's your first? We've read the first 4 chapters, right?
Yes.
So, what is your opinion on overall the beginning of the whole thing?
The prologue was horrible.
The prologue was horrible. Why is that?
You
didn't like
Lutheran
Telamon is the main guy from the prologue, right? So he loses his mind. He's seeing things, right? And this black cloaked figure shows up. The man, okay. He shows up, and he is Ellen Morin, whatever. He's a Forsaken. I know that. She doesn't know that.
What's a Forsaken?
You'll learn about that later. So that's a Forsaken. It's a spoiler, but it's not that big. I feel like it's a good. You have to know that for it to make sense. So he loses his mind because he's had contact with the One Power, obviously, and One Power's been tainted.
Everything.
Yeah, he kills everything. He kills his family.
Yes.
He kills his wife, his kids, everybody, distant relations, everybody.
They're all
dead. They all dead.
They're like gone. Like
yeah, they
ain't
gone.
coming back.
Yeah, and then he loses his mind, and then the betrayer of hope. That's what I'll call the other guy. That's what he calls. Remember?
Oh yes.
And he's like the betrayer of hope.
Yes.
You're the one who killed my family. He's like, no, you've done it yourself. And then he loses his mind and brings down lightning or something.
No,
wait. What was your thought? What was your thought during this whole thing? What did you think was going on?
I didn't.
Because you saw the word dragon, right? You thought he turned into a dragon.
No, I thought he was an actual dragon.
Yeah, well, that's
like,
his title. He is known as a dragon. That's his thing.
I found that out.
Yeah, you found that out after, yeah. Because we watched The Winter Dragon. Do not watch
horrible.
that.
Oh my
that is
God.
a pilot that they made 10 years ago to try to keep the rights, and it was I do not recommend watching it.
You want to kill yourself.
And then they go over at the end of the chapter, so he creates Dragon Mount by killing himself. He completely loses his mind.
And there was this volcano.
There's a volcano. That was Dragon Mount. That was it. The Dragon Mount, get it? The Dragon Mount volcano.
I get it.
Yeah, funny. And then that also creates the island of Tarvalon. If you didn't know, I'm pretty sure Lauren didn't pick this up. So the river creates a tributary, right? And it surrounds the island and it desiccates the island from the rest of the land, and that creates Tarvalon. And the Tarvalon looks funny. I'll just say that. We can go over that in distant episodes. You can take a guess, but it's a V shape. And then at the end of the prologue, it goes over the breaking of the world, the prophecy about that, and also the prophecy about the cycle of the dragon, which we'll come into later, because I feel like it's a little spoilery, so we will not talk about that right now. Okay, so now, what do you think about the first 2 paragraphs, right?
What are the first 2 paragraphs?
This is how every Wheel of Time book starts, the first paragraph. This is literally how every book starts.
Huh.
It's just a thing. I like it. I feel like for the TV show, well, first of all, do you think the prologue should be the first thing in the show?
No. It should be if they add it at all, which they really shouldn't. If they do add it, they should put it as a flashback.
And season 2?
Yeah.
Or later on?
Yeah.
Now, you haven't read the prologue, which is called New Spring. They are going to be putting some New Spring into the first season. Because if you didn't know, the show is Moraine-centric for the first season, at least. Which is Aes Sedai that shows up in chapter 2. That Rand sees, Rand and Matt, they find her. She gives him a coin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh, we're jumping ahead. If I haven't mentioned already, this will cover the prologue and the first 4 chapters. We'll probably do 4 to 5 chapters each episode. I feel like that's a good way of talking about it, since I feel like the episodes will be 10 chapters an episode from what it looks like from the episode titles. Because if you wouldn't know this, but each episode title is, I feel like, the ending of the ending chapter, right? So the last the name of the first episode is Leave Taking, which is chapter. Let me check. It's chapter 10. So I feel like the first 10 chapters. I feel like the episode title will correlate with the last chapter. That's my
that
theory.
It's like going off of?
Yeah, I think that's how they're doing it. I feel like that's the best way. So basically, we're
Did
going.
you say that they were gonna be doing like the whole,
The first two books.
the first 2 books and like
Or
the
part of
first
the,
few episodes?
or part of the second. No. Or I'm saying they'll probably do the first 4 to 5 episodes because Rafe confirmed that as a showrunner. He confirmed a couple days ago during JordanCon, which was online because of the virus. That's all I'll say. He confirmed that the show, the first and second season, will be 8 episodes.
Only 8 episodes?
Yeah, I know. But if you follow the plot, I'm not going to spoil anything for new readers, but the way that the book is set up, it's not like Game of Thrones where it jumps across to different viewpoints constantly. It's more a straight line. It's more everybody's, it's just a one basic story for the most part. So I feel like that would be easy to adapt into 4 episodes. I mean, Fellowship of the Ring was 3 hours, 3.5 hours to the extended cut, so this would be 4 hours for book 1, which I feel like is enough time. But they will have to cut some stuff, so we'll go into that as Lauren, her new perspective on the books, comes into view and what she hates. So she'll probably say what she hates will be cut. So you already mentioned the prologue. You don't think they should have the prologue?
No, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I love what's going on.
I love the prologue.
You liked it?
Oh, I love it. No. Once you read the whole series, it makes sense. Like it gives so much perspective to everything.
But like, he shouldn't have written that as the first thing people have seen, because maybe me.
It throws a lot at you, but that's a good thing because like you're gonna have to remember a lot of names. So like right away, it's giving all these different aliases for one guy. Like this one guy has 5 different names: a dragon, Luce, Theron, Talamon. You're giving me a crazy look right now because you don't understand what I'm saying.
I really don't. I'm so confused.
Yeah. So we'll skip over that for now. So you did not like the prologue. I love the prologue. One of I'd say it's in the top 20 chapters of all time.
What?
Yeah.
You are absolutely insane.
I know. The thing is, I don't think that the Wheel of Time should be. I don't think it should have the exact same dialogue because it's a little cheesy.
It is very.
It's very cheesy. Some of the cursing, the bloody ashes.
Yeah.
The light blind you. I feel like that's not gonna sit well with modern audiences. I feel like it's gonna drive people away, and it's pretty much been confirmed the show is TVMA. So I think they will just keep the cussing in. Oh yes, yeah. And there's several signs that point to that. That people they've hired and the staff and the crew and all that. So yeah. So the first paragraph it goes. The wheel of time turns, and age is coming fast, leaving memories that become legend. Legend fades to myth, and even myth is long forgotten when the age that gave birth comes again. So this starts with the third age, and every chapter starts with, or no, every book, I should say, starts with the wind rising over a certain area. So I feel like for the show, like the opening credits should be the wind.
How would they do that though?
You know, like Game of Thrones, right? It start at the north, and they go to, or wherever they start. So I feel like it could go across the landscape that they're going to be traveling to.
Oh, that would be nice.
That's what I'm saying. But then again, the only thing that will differentiate it from Game of Thrones is the wind. But I don't know how you would visualize that other than CGI or cartoon. But
the thing is,
I don't know.
They shouldn't copy what Game of Thrones has done, because it's a completely different show.
I mean, they're talking about winter and wolves, so.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and dragons. I mean, they're It's not actual dragons, but yeah.
I thought it was an actual dragon.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the wind goes all the way to the 2 rivers where Rand and his father Tam are walking with Cider and Randy for Winter Night and the Beltane Festival where they have every year. It's where girls like dance around a pole.
Yes, an unmarried girl. That's horrible.
They dance around a pole, and then the men pick which one they want to marry, and it's all very strange.
What it is?
That's what it is.
That's how they marry.
That's a basic concept. They tie ribbons around the. I don't know the exact context of it, but they put ribbons around. And the girl wants to be married. She puts a ribbon on the pole, and then the guys show up. I don't know the exact details, but that's the basic premise of it.
Very strange.
So they're talking about the farm and how it's bad. I mean, it's
How the
mentioned
wolves
how
are
the wolves and bears are out during the winter, even though it's supposed to be spring. Everything's supposed to be growing, and everybody's not happy with the whole weather change. So they go down the road, and Rand sees. Oh, well, what would you describe it?
A cloaked figure.
On a horse.
On a horse.
On a horse.
Cloaked figure.
He's on a horse, and
staring very
in the wind.
intensely
In the
at
wind.
him.
Remember the
Yes,
wind from the beginning?
But he was standing
No,
still.
yeah, the wind doesn't.
The wind
mess.
doesn't
It doesn't mess with
bother
his
him.
cloak.
The wind never bothered him anyway.
Yeah. He
Yes.
does not. He does not deal with the wind. He doesn't have any time for that. So Rand, he sees that. He's like, oh, I gotta get the hell
He's
out
like,
of
oh,
here.
shit, this ain't good.
A rider, Rand said breathlessly, pulling himself upright. A stranger following us. Yeah, so he's like, we gotta get the hell out of here. So, and Tam doesn't believe him.
His father.
Yeah, his father, right? Tam. Yeah. Tam.
Tam.
So, mostly in the audiobooks, I haven't listened to the audiobooks. Later on, they changed it to Tom. They say his name differently. I don't know if that's true,
Yeah.
but it should be Tam. Tam is the right name. I feel like Tam is the right pronunciation. Rand is easy to pronunciate. So they go and they finally enter the Two Rivers, and then they're already in the Two Rivers. My bad. They enter Emmons Field. The Two Rivers is the whole area. Everybody's getting ready for the festival, and then everybody's favorite character, Sendui, shows up. The Thatcher. What was your opinion on Sendui?
Who's Thin Dewey?
He's the one who says Nineveh should be married. He's like, she's causing issues because he's on the village council.
An old guy.
Yeah, he's the guy who looks like wood, supposedly.
Yes.
He looks like old bark.
He's annoying.
Yeah, he is annoying. Everybody hates him.
Contradicts everything that everyone always says. Everyone on the council hates him.
Yeah, and the Congers and Coughlins. Remember them? So they're an issue. They're annoying little shitheads.
Yes.
That's all they are.
The family of what's it called?
The weird family.
Yes,
the weird cousins and intermarriedness and weirdness.
Yes.
And then they get Bran Alvear, Bran, Game of Thrones. So that's the mayor of the village, and Egwene. Did you catch up on this? The Egwene is his daughter. Egwene that Rand likes. The girl that Rand likes.
Yes.
And yeah, she's training with the wisdom. Nineveh. Her name is Nynaeve.
It's Nineveh.
Or Nini. I'm calling her Nineveh.
Nineveh.
We're gonna go with Nineveh because I think it sounds funnier and it sounds
better.
If they don't use Nineveh in the show, that's gonna be an issue with me. If they don't use like that name, they already casted her and everything, but like they got to keep Nineveh. I don't care if it sounds wrong. I feel like it's a good thing.
It is definitely a good thing.
So Sin is complaining about the winter. He's being a pain in everybody's ass. The Congers, Coughlins show up. They're like, "Oh, we gotta get rid of the winter." And then Sam not Sam. This isn't Lord of the Rings, even though there is a lot of Lord of the Rings parallels. So they go into the green, and the Wine Spring Inn is where they all go. And Rand and Tam meet Rand Alvear, the mayor, and then Matt. What's Matt doing?
Matt's just being
he's hiding under something, and he's like, "You want to help send this badger? Me and Dav got this badger. We're gonna send and chase after the girls." And then Rand's like, "Oh, that sounds fun because I'm a 20-year-old, and that sounds fun because they're 20."
I thought they were 14.
No, they're not 14.
How are they not 14? They act like 14.
Yeah. Well, they lived on the farm their whole life, right?
So.
I mean. It makes sense.
Does it?
He's crouched beside a cart, right? He's like, yeah, we're going to release this old badger.
See, that's a 14-year-old talking.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, you ever want to just, like, send a badger chasing after anybody?
See, that's not normal.
I mean, you might not have a few brain cells, but it's all good.
It's fine. No, whatever.
Oh yeah, and Matt saw the rider too. So
a lot of people saw.
People saw the rider, more than you would think. So then they're talking about, should we give it should we mention it to the mayor? And then Randall's like, if Tam doesn't believe us, why the hell would the mayor believe us, right? So they meet up with this. You think Matt's a shithead, right?
Yes.
There's another kid. I don't know. Is it Ewan? I think that little kid who chases after Matt all the time.
Oh,
that kid's a shithead.
yeah!
I hate that
The
kid.
little
And he gets the
guy.
coin from Moraine
Yes,
later on.
and
He's
he
like,
starts
I want
freaking
the
out.
coin too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kid, I don't like that kid. I mean, he's like a normal kid, you know.
He's
He's just
normal,
a stupid little, you know.
But he's just
like
chilling.
he's like Ron Weasley, you know. That's yeah.
I said something.
Oh, you don't like Ron?
He's annoying.
All right, are we gonna mention like who's who for Harry Potter? Are we gonna do like who's Rand in Harry Potter? Who's Rand be? From what you've read so far, I'm just going off on a tangent.
Right.
Would he be Harry Potter? Would he be Ron?
No.
Rand wouldn't be Ron.
Rand would definitely not be Ron. Oh crap.
Yeah, kind of threw you for a loop there. Rand would be Harry,
Would definitely be Harry
Yes.
because right now he's the main character.
and Matt would be either Fred or George, or a combination of
Yes.
them. He's
because
literally
Matt is literally what they are because he's a prankster. They're pranksters.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
That's literally
That's their
yep.
personality.
And Hermione could be either Egwene.
No, I think
No, Ninniave.
Ninniave.
She should be Ninniave, yeah.
Because
she's
the
all
wisdom.
she's the wisdom, and she's like getting on everybody about
Yeah.
like, you know, staying on task.
She's definitely
What's your opinion on? They went over this in the first chapter. What's your opinion on the village council and the women's circle? How there's two different.
It's very strange.
There's a men's group and there's a women's group.
I
This
feel
is a
like
very.
It's very like
The series
divided.
is about gender. If you didn't pick this up, right?
Yeah.
There's women and there's men, and then like they do not interact other than if they marry or whatever, right?
Yes.
So the whole thing is, so they show up there, and they show up to the Wine Spring Inn. Sen is complaining. He already complained about the women's circle. So who do you think is in the right? I mean, I know you're a girl, so what do you think?
What's that supposed to be?
Okay, what's your opinion? You said you don't like Ninniave, right?
No, she's annoying. Because she thinks she's all that.
Okay.
But
Oh, she is. They talked about how she has cured almost anybody, right?
yeah.
So she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And she, did they talk about, are we there yet, where she got in conflict with Moraine?
No.
Yeah, we are. That was
We
in
are.
chapter 2 or something. They were mentioning that. But I don't think Moraine or Lan was mentioned yet in chapter 1.
No. They definitely went on.
So Tam says, Matt's like, oh, we got to go release this damn badger, right? And then Tam's like, oh, hell no, you guys are going to do your damn chores. And sends them off to do the chores. And then, so now we're done with chapter 1. What was your opinion on chapter 1?
It was long.
How do you think they should adapt chapter 1? How long do you think it will take just to walk into the village and...
It shouldn't take long because he used a lot of like imagery when he was writing. There wasn't that many.
Yes, it's literally
talking
there's not.
points.
It's literally you just walk. You can just see them walk in like a minute.
Yeah,
to the
so
village.
I don't think it'll take long.
And then the dialogue is not much, so I feel like the first chapter will probably take like what 3 minutes, two, 3 minutes,
Yeah.
which is not bad. I mean that's good. And then now the real start, I feel like, where you start to meet everybody.
Chapter 2.
It's chapter 2, called Strangers. So they go outside. Now not me. What's the obvious? Or who are the strangers? Moraine and Lan.
Yeah.
Do you like Moraine?
I haven't really gotten enough of her to like pinpoint a viewpoint on her.
Yeah.
Because she's just kind of there and giving out money.
She's just giving out money.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's kind of weird how everyone's kind of worshiping her though.
I mean, okay, they've never seen anything like they're all wearing like wool, like normal coats. Like they're not wearing rich lord or lady clothes, right? They don't see armor. They haven't been to war in what? They go into this later in the book, so I won't mention that. But they haven't seen war in a while, and so like that's why they get excited about the peddler coming in, and all that. So that's their only way of hearing news about that outside world. So that's the whole viewpoint on that. So Matt mentions the strangers, right? So Moraine and Lan, so they show up. So then they all they all complain, and all the villagers have already. I don't know if they complain yet, but they end up complaining about the outsiders, thinking they're the cause of the winter and everything. And then
Wait, why do they think they're the cause?
because they don't understand like who she is. They don't
so
know
they think she's a bad guy.
they think they think she's bringing trouble. They don't know. They don't understand why this foreign lady is coming in.
But she just wants to like get history stuff because she's a history nerd.
Yeah, sure.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. That's what they say. She's a history nerd. That's okay.
But it does lead me to question.
Yeah.
Because why would a history nerd be followed by a guard?
A warder. I don't know if they mentioned that.
Yeah, why? That doesn't make any sense. Because if she's just looking to collect more knowledge or whatever, then why would she feel the need to have person guarding her?
Well, I mean, so what do you think of the coins?
I mean, that's their currency.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's just different than like Two Rivers. It's just something they don't know what to do with. Like they could spend it, but Matt and Rand didn't want to spend it. They're like, oh, I gotta keep this.
Yeah, why?
I just feel like they gotta keep it.
But why?
That's all you gotta know so far. Because it's a coin, and it's given.
It's just,
maybe they have a crush on her. I don't know. I mean, and then what happens? Oh yeah, they talk about the Glee Man.
yes, they talked a lot about the Glee Man, which I don't know why.
They get obsessed
It's
with the Glee
person
Man.
who is going around and telling stories.
Yeah, and has Rand already like talked to Egwene like awkwardly, you know?
Yes.
That's already happened? Was that in chapter 2?
No, it was in chapter
Chapter
4.
3? Oh, is it that
3.
late? So Egwene wasn't even in this yet. In chapter 1 and 2.
No.
Oh wow, okay.
They mentioned her,
Yeah.
but like nothing.
Okay. So yeah, they just talk about the warder and and Moraine.
Yes.
And then that is the end of the chapter. So they talk about the Glee Man, so they got that out of the way. And then the next chapter is called... Actually, wait, first, let's talk about... What was your opinion on chapter 2?
It was good.
Yeah, better than chapter 1?
Yeah.
Because not as much description.
Chapter 1 was
all
all
description.
I was like, why do I have to read this, you know?
You'll find that like I don't know if this is fact, but like from what I remember, it's like every 5 chapters, there's a chapter that starts with a whole bunch of description. And then you have to get through that, and then the dialogue starts.
Fun.
It's fun. I mean, I like it. I mean, I don't need to know everything about what they're wearing. They get into that later. Like, they describe, like, oh, what kind of coat is he wearing? What color is it? What, is he wearing cuffs? Yeah. Robert Jordan has a thing for clothing. That's all I know.
Okay, then.
Yeah. So, that changed a little bit when Brandon Sanderson took over. But the next chapter is The Peddler. But first... How long do you think the chapter 2 would take to have that?
Well,
Literally,
I think that there's more.
There is more dialogue.
Talking.
There's a lot of talking.
But there's not that much. Still.
Yeah.
So I think it'll take like about maybe 5 minutes or 10.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
No, I don't know. That's a long time.
Really? No, because it also
No.
like
5. I think 5 minutes.
yeah.
Because if each episode is 60 minutes, which I think. I mean, that's usual for like these kind of shows.
Yeah.
I hope for like 75 minutes. That's just me. If they're only doing 4 episodes or 4 or 5 episodes a book, I would say 75 minutes. But other than that, I don't know. Then the next chapter is The Peddler. It's all about Pat and Fane. What's your opinion on Pat and Fane? They see Pat and Fane. They meet Perrin, right? What do you think about Perrin?
Listen. Is that the guy who is a traveler?
No, okay. So he's the apprentice, the blacksmith's apprentice. Master Luhan. He's training him. Okay. Apparently he's Matt and Rand's friend, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they meet him. Yeah.
Yes, and he also saw the cloak man.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Then the peddler talks about men killing men. Wait,
yes,
yeah.
The peddler.
Wait, let's talk about what he talks about.
Okay.
Talks about the war in
Okay.
Gielden. Pronounce that. Try to pronounce that shit. Gielden. That's a country. It's not a country.
Gielden?
Gielden. I don't know how to pronounce it. You can have it your own way.
Gielden.
Guillotine.
Guillotine. Let's just call him Guillotine. Yeah.
In the Dallin Forest. And the whole cause of this is somebody named... No, the false dragon. They think he's the false dragon.
But he
even
might
though
be the real
he might be the real dragon because he has the powers, right?
Yeah.
He
So
has
say.
no, he does. They
So
mentioned that,
say.
right?
Yes.
If that many people talk about it, he probably has powers. The one power.
Yeah, but like, the one power is supposed to be only for girls, right? That's what this said in the prologue.
I mean, yeah. I mean, but no. What happens is men can get the one power, but they should be gentled, which sounds really fucked up. But like they have the Aes Sedai. Do you know what the Aes Sedai are?
No.
They're all the women who can channel. They're the official group.
Oh, okay.
From Tarvalon. That's what created Luceren, the dragon created it. Remember when he went crazy, blew everything up? It's the Dragon Mountain's right near Tarvalon. So the Aes Sedai, what they do is they should gentle the male who would get
Now,
the one
what
power.
do you mean by gentle?
Oh, it's like it kind of sounds like something you do to dogs, right? But no, it's like so they take away their powers before they completely go insane. Because in the past, ever since the breaking of the world, which is when all the men went mad, the 100 companions, which were the men, they destroyed everything. They helped them, and Lucerne. They destroyed everything. And after that, then they decided they would have to gentle the men, right? And that is taking their powers away so they wouldn't go more insane. But sometimes the gentling doesn't really go right. It makes
it worse.
Makes them depressed, I think. And then they kill themselves. I think that's the thing. I don't remember. But anyway. So they are shocked at their opinion of war. So like they haven't seen a war in so long. I think the last war was 20 years ago. Hint, hint. Almost not saying anything more than that. There was the war.
What?
Yeah. You'll find out later.
Okay.
Yeah. So they hear about the war in Gildan, and the possibility of Aes Sedai going to try a gentle Logain. And everybody's crying out, "Oh, the Dark One's loose. We got to put a stop to him." And then the other people are like, "No, yeah, it's a dragon." And the dragon, some people think the dragon's a good thing. Some people think the dragon's a bad thing because he broke the world.
Now, why would they think it's a good thing?
Because people don't really like Aes Sedai. Not everybody likes Aes Sedai. They don't trust them. They're sneaky. They're like the government, basically. They don't trust them. Okay. They don't give away any information.
That makes sense.
They have you'll find this out later, but each king or queen in other countries usually has a Aes Sedai advisor. That's true for everybody. It's certainly true in Andor, which is You're getting ahead of yourself. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna say right now, Two Rivers is technically a part of Andor. That's all I'm saying. Technically, under the law. So after we get through that, Pat Fane, he goes off on a tangent.
Yes.
So they already casted Pat Fane, so people were saying he wasn't going to be in the show. They thought he wasn't a plot point that would really have to fit into the first season since it's so few episodes. But I like Pat Fane. I think he's a interesting character.
I mean, he's one of their friends.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about him.
Okay. So. He's a peddler. That's all you gotta know.
A peddler?
And that's a guy who brings merchant. He's like a merchant. He brings stuff for people to buy. He brings the news, goings-ons. And then the Coplans, Congers raise some shit like they always do. And then the good thing is so Perrin is like he doesn't think the dragon is going to save anybody. He thinks it's going to be destruction. Everybody agrees. And then Matt, did we mention how Matt, when Pat and Fane was talking about the war, Matt got all excited?
Yes.
He's like, I like war.
So weird.
he's like the only one.
He was the only one excited. Everyone else was freaking out.
Everyone's like, what the hell is he saying?
Yeah.
He's like, yes.
Why was Matt excited?
Okay, so think about Matt versus Rand and Perrin.
I mean, I know he likes mischief, but
he likes killing people. No, I don't know.
Oh my god.
So Rand and Perrin are more I don't want to say conservative or whatever, but they're more they want to stay at the farm, right?
Oh
the
yes,
thing.
and he wants adventure.
He wants adventure. He's like, oh, I'm up to mischief. That kind of thing. So yeah, Rand and Perrin are like, yeah, we don't want war. We don't want any of that. And they all mention how they don't trust Aes Sedai, at all. As I've already mentioned, for reasons. There's other reasons, but don't have to get into them yet. So then, is this when... Actually, yeah, he talks about Dark Friends, and all that. So, some people think, yeah, like I said, so you know what Dark Friends are, right? They're friends of the dark.
Ah, yes, the friends of the dark.
Aes Sedai, they think the Aes Sedai are dark friends, which are basically human servants of the Dark One. Which is like the big bad, right?
Yeah.
The Dark One. You got that. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of stuff.
Some people fan casted the Dark One as like Patrick, from SpongeBob. I'm Dark One. Just imagine Patrick's voice as the Dark One, and it makes the story so much better.
No, why would they? As like a joke?
I said no, as a joke, but yeah, it would actually work. I would find it awesome.
I don't think many people would enjoy.
No.
I mean, as a joke, yes,
Yeah.
but not.
Oh yeah. So they get up. So then Nynaeve,
Nynaeve.
Nynaeve and Egwene, pronounce that.
Egwene.
They show up. They meet Rand, Mat, and Perrin, and then they're like, oh, and then Rand, stumbles his words around Egwene.
Yes.
He likes Egwene, and she mentions, oh, I'm going to be busy during Beltane. He's like, oh, why are you going to be busy?
What?
She's like, oh, I might want to get married, And he's like, oh, I'm not ready to be married. And that causes a little bit of a.
But she doesn't want to get married.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You read it sooner than I did, like more recently.
Yeah, because she was like, well, I want to be a wisdom one day, and then.
So then why was Rand?
No, he got really upset about that.
No, but Rand was upset. I remember because he said, "Oh, I'm not ready to be married." Right?
No,
that was part of it. Or he wants to be married.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true.
No, because he was like, "I want to go dance with you."
Okay, because he likes her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think he wants to get married.
No, yeah, they mentioned that.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get married.
And neither does she. I think she mentions now that in this chapter she wants to go out of the two rivers possibly.
She wants to,
because Nynaeve is already the wisdom, right?
Yeah.
And she's a little older than her, so she's not gonna go away anytime soon. So she could just go to
another
Watch Hill or Devon Ride. Because Devon Ride is in the south, Watch Hill's north. It makes sense, right?
Yes.
Or Terran Ferry, although nobody trusts Terran Ferry. No Two Rivers man trusts anybody from Terran Ferry. For I don't know why.
Ahead of yourself.
I know.
Making me even more confused.
Yeah. Oh no, they talk about that. No one ever leaves the Two Rivers. Maybe somebody from Terran Ferry, but they're all strange anyway. Hardly Two Rivers folk at all.
They mentioned it, but
yeah. I'll pick out the details.
You are.
I'm sorry. So they talk about what's been going on, all the tales that have been spreading, and then Tom stumbles out of the inn like an idiot, and then that's where chapter 3 ends. So remember Tom?
Yeah.
Tom. His name is pronounced Tom. Okay. Tom. And so what's your opinion on the Peddler, chapter 3?
Okay, well, it was good.
Yep.
I liked it. I find it very intriguing how that's the only way they get their news.
Yeah.
Shouldn't they have a more reliable resource in that random
other than
merchant?
Thane?
Yeah, because he doesn't really seem like a very trustworthy guy.
The shifty eyes.
Yeah, there's something about him that I don't trust.
Why do you say that? Because you saw who he's casted as? Who plays him?
I don't care about that.
Okay.
No, I just don't trust him because they talked about in the book how he liked having all the attention on him. So
doesn't anybody?
What? No.
No.
But wouldn't you think that? I don't know.
What?
I don't trust him.
Okay, that's fair. So, yeah, I feel like that could be pretty easily adapted. I mean, You know, it's very important. They have mentioned that Logain will have a bigger role in the show, so I feel like they'll show this battle in Gildan, with either normal soldiers or other people with the one power. I think they'll show that in the first episode. I think that will be the main. And something else we'll get to later will be in the first episode. That will be the main. That and something else will be the main action part. I feel like they will add some stuff that isn't in the book that's just talked about in the show for book readers, so they know there's new stuff that they haven't seen. That would be a good way of satisfying old fans and making people predict stuff. Even if you've read the whole book, right? But every book, if you read them all, there's still new stuff that can be.
They shouldn't change the book though. They should just.
Oh, they're changing the book. I'm sorry. So you think they should adapt everything word for word?
No, not
like
word
you
for word.
blinded idiots.
No, they definitely should not do that.
You serve the 10 servants.
They should keep the main plot lines, and they should keep
they should.
the same, but just like change up like the wording to make it more fit for the screen.
Yes. Yeah. So you think they should say like, "Oh, drop an F-bomb," or instead of using bloody ashes, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends on how they.
It depends on how they use it.
Yeah, that's how I feel. So we're gonna go. I would say chapter 3. 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so if every chapter would take a rough 5 minutes, right? That would be, like 12. Gonna be. Yeah, you can do that. You can 5. What's 5 times? If it's 60 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 5 minutes per chapter, roughly, times 10 chapters. 50 minutes. They can do this. So like a big chapter would be like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as they stick to 5 episodes per book for at least the first book, because otherwise, if they only do 4, from what it looks like, they're only doing 4. I don't know how they're gonna do it. But let's move on to the Glee Man, chapter 4.
This guy.
It's your opinion on Tom. Do you like Tom?
You mean
The Glee Man.
the Glee Man?
Yes.
He is a very shifty guy.
You think he's shifty? Is he as shifty as Patentane?
I don't know about that. Okay, well, the reason why I think he's shifty is that he puts on, like, a persona when he's, like, acting.
I mean, he's acting. He's an actor.
I know.
That's a saying.
But, like...
You don't think he drops his guard this chapter? You think he's acting the whole time?
No, he's definitely not acting the whole time.
I mean, yeah.
Because at first he was, talking about how rude everyone has been.
He had... Yeah, I mean, I might be jumping ahead a little bit, but he... I mean, Matt goes on again about the war. He says, but the war... And then Tom gets angry. He's like, in war, foolish guys kill other foolish guys, you know?
Yeah.
Or fools kill other fools. And then he mentions Matt, or not Matt, or who's he mention? Yeah, he mentions Rand looks like an ale man.
Oh, what?
An Aiel, not ale. Forget I ever said that. That's a wrong pronunciation.
What?
An Aiel. They say he's as tall as an Aiel man.
Aiel man.
Remember the Aiel waist? They talk about that yet?
No.
Oh. And then he talks to Perry and he's like, you're the size of an ogier.
An ogre.
Like an orc. But an ogier.
I thought I said...
You don't know about them yet, but yeah.
I was very
talking about that with Perrin. Yeah, I'm sure you were. He was like, what the hell is an ogier and a ale man? And it's not right, you know. And then he said, then Gwen shows up, and she gets all red in the face for some damn reason. I don't know.
Oh no, it's because
wait, why?
Tom is like,
oh, I remember this. Yeah, he's like a Gwen.
Yeah, it's like a pretty thing. You want to?
That's why you thought he was shifty.
Yes, he's creepy.
That's why you thought he was shifty. Oh my god, yeah, Tom. I guess he is a little creepy.
Guy.
He is creepy.
He's got. You are very pretty. You want to be in my show?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that being a issue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Will they change after the adaptation?
I hope so, because that was horrible.
Man, there's other things with Tom too. Oh yeah.
He's a shifty guy. I just met this guy. He's a shifty.
The first episode, he's talking about Egwene and EotW saying, "You want to be in my show? You can hand me stuff."
I pick the prettiest girls everywhere I go.
Oh yeah, he says that. Oh, then he talks about stories. So I'm sure you were confused out of your fucking mind about this.
Very
We're gonna talk about the tales of the Apterine cycle and the tales of Archer Pendrag Tanreal Archer Hawkwing. I mean, that's obvious who that is, right? Oh, we haven't mentioned this yet.
No, I was so confused reading this.
Archer
Like,
Pendrag.
what the hell is all these random
guess,
things?
you know Arthur Pendragon
Pendragon.
from Camelot.
Dragon.
You know, like Arthur, King Arthur.
Yes.
That's that. If
What?
you didn't know, this book takes place in the future of our world. Yep. They talk about Elsbeth, Queen Elizabeth.
Then how come they changed up the pronunciation?
That's the thing, because this is like 30,000 years in the
So I
future.
don't think
Our world, we're living in the Age of Legends right now, right? This is Age of Legends. So whenever we talk about Age of Legends, that's this. That's our current times. They talk about Apollo. They talk about a man flying on an eagle into the moon. Did you get to that far yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
wait, why do
That's
they
Armstrong. Neil Armstrong. He mentioned
Yeah.
something like Neil, like something almost Neil. So that was their past. So our current time
Okay, whoa.
is so you didn't know about this. Nobody knows about this. This
Hold
isn't
on.
well known.
How come they were talking about an eagle? Why didn't they just say like a spaceship?
Because
Are
they
getting
saw-
the times mixed up?
No, yeah, that's the thing. Like in history, like you're not going to get the whole history of something.
Yeah.
Something is going to be passed down. The pronunciation is going to be different. Arthur Pendragon. Although I will say that is not Arthur Pendragon. That is Archer Hawkwing,
Who's Archer?
who is a character from in the story, who I hope they do a spin-off show on. I'll just that's a possibility. So I'm wrong about that. That's not King Arthur. But it sounds very similar to King Arthur Pendragon. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, well, how do you know this is based off
Because it's just like
our world?
it's just little hints, right? Like there's YouTube videos, you know, that go into detail on how like the Easter eggs of the Wheel of Time, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, this is our current time is their history. This is like another weave of the wheel. Weave of the wheel. My bad. Weave in the pattern. The turning of the wheel. That's how you say it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
So yeah. So they talk about the war and the council. Yeah. So what did you think about everything? So you've met Tom, you met everybody, and then at the end of the chapter, Rand and Tam go back to the farm.
Oh yes, and then he actually believes him.
Tam, he does, yeah,
Mhm.
yep. Because other boys, that's something I forgot to mention. Other kids saw. Other
Yeah.
people saw the
He's like, oh, maybe my
shape
son isn't crazy.
and
after all."
the horse. Yeah. So they get ready for the festival. They go back to the farm because Tam doesn't want the farm to be just left out there like during the winter, even though it's not winter, but like there's wolves and everything. So what do you think of chapter 4?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know why they went on a tangent with the different stories he would tell.
They do that a lot.
I felt like that was really pointless.
I feel like they could do that in the show, but it would be like more spread out.
Mhm.
It's just something. Well, and that's a good thing actually, because like the Glee Man, the first time you meet him, he's gonna give stories, right? That's what they do. So that's a good introduction. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, he learns mystery and all that. So what did you think of the whole of the? See that you like chapter 4. I say keep it all for the. I mean, maybe drop a few of the references, but like.
Drop a lot of them.
Whatever the Archerine cycle is, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
They can drop that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So then they do that. They go back to the farm and everything, and that's the end of our coverage. But like, so you liked Wheel of Time so far?
Yeah, it's really entertaining. It's good. It's a
What do you
good
think about the
read.
title of next chapter? Winter Night.
That's very similar to
What?
Game of Thrones.
I mean,
But didn't Game of Thrones come after?
Well, no, Wheel of Time came first.
Yeah.
Haha.
So technically, Game of Thrones copied
Yeah.
off.
Okay. Bran. That's the only thing copied. I mean, the winter.
And winter,
I
like
mean,
how talking about the winter is like really long.
Yeah.
And the wolves.
That's,
But the wolves aren't really.
They're not really
involved. I mean, they are.
Yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a review. So we will come back soon with chapters, 5 to 8, 5 to 9.
Yeah, about.
It'll be 4 to 5 chapters. What's usually what we're gonna do. I feel like that's good. We really covered 5 chapters with the prologue.
The prologue, that was
that
horrible.
you hated. You hated the prologue.
I hated it. That was god awful. No.
So yeah, that ends our podcast. So
Yes.
have a good day.
Goodbye.